What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Dror bringing you the 5th installment of our replay analytics series. Absolutely. Guys, I cannot believe we are already at week 5. It feels like this series has just started yesterday. And for those of you who have been following this series and who have been watching and leaving comments and giving feedback, I appreciate you all very much. And I thank you all for following on this wonderful journey that I hope won't end anytime soon. Now, before we get into this game this week, I do want to address a couple of things. Number one, the previous 4 episodes, if you don't know what this series is, this is where players send me replays. I cast them, I give my feedback, and just overall just comment on the gameplay that I am seeing. However, some people have been saying in the comments that my casting isn't as deep or as insightful as it could be for an analytic video, which I wholeheartedly agree, and I thank you all very much who left me that feedback. You were 100% correct, and thank you for all who complimented me as well. It really keeps me going and really keeps this series fresh for me. I do want to say that the first 4 episodes were pre-recorded due to my career as an agricultural farmer. I'm a farmer. I was trying to use a big fancy word. But as a farmer, my schedule is very sporadic. And so I had to pre-record those 4 games in order to make sure that they got out at the right time, except for that one week where we missed it. So those were all pre-recorded, so I couldn't necessarily take in your feedback for the next games because I had already all done them. But we are back on a regular schedule. We are on a more stable schedule, and we will be going week by week so that I can read your feedback and respond accordingly and give you what you guys want to see. Because at the end of the day, this isn't about me. This is about providing more content to the ESOC YouTube channel and for entertaining all of its wonderful followers. So let's get into this game. This game was sent to me by, I believe his name is Tambi on eso-community.net, but his name on ESO is just hi with 2 underscores. I do want to point out that your Explorer, it's at the 15-second mark and your Explorer hasn't moved. That's not a huge thing, but you should really get your Explorer moving as soon as possible to scout the map as quick as possible. Now, we're going to be focusing mostly on High, because he's the one that sent me this recording, and he asked me specifically what he could do to improve. He said that while it wasn't a very intense game, he says that he would love to hear what he could do better, and I'd be more than happy to provide that. We did see a market start for both players. His opponent is ForceMustang in the blue, in the south of the map, playing as the Portuguese. He is in the color red, playing as the French. One thing, you should probably bring this hunt in a little bit closer. Just the fact that your villagers have to walk that far to get to your starting hunt is a little bit worrying. But then again, it's not huge. Okay, it looks like you were trying to do a town center pop. That's a trick that a lot of high-level players like to do. But it is a tricky thing to pull off. You are going to pick up this 35 coin, which is really good. It means that you're going to get up this hunting dogs nice and early, seeing as you got the... what am I trying to say? The market start. The market start. The Portuguese player, pretty standard what he's doing, but we are going to focus on the French player today, just because he asked me to. So we're going to do that for him. Your hunting dogs is coming in at 1:30. Not bad. Not bad. I noticed that you did collect up 22 extra coin and 10 extra wood. You want to keep those resources as tight as possible. You don't want to gather any excess. Of course, that's quite hard, unless you're really micromanaging. But it's just something that comes with practice. So don't try to overgather. Gather just what you need. Again, really try to bring this hunt closer to your TC. Okay, your first card is coming in. And 3 CDB. That's very standard, very good. The Portuguese player, not doing much. He's just gathering food. I haven't seen any substantial treasures being gathered yet. This isn't a great map as far as treasures. There is an 85 wood here, so that's not bad at all. And a 50 wood here. So hopefully you'll see some of them wood treasures. So I'm wondering what you're going to be going for. Against Portuguese, as French, you are a pretty versatile civ. You can do a lot of different strategies. Perhaps you're going to go something fortress-based, perhaps something more colonial. maybe put on a little pressure for the Portuguese player. Now, it is kind of interesting in the fact that you can't really build TPs on this map. You kind of have to take them by conquering these Guardians. So the ATP strat for the Portuguese isn't going to be nearly as useful. So hopefully you're taking that into account. Again, these hunts are very far from your base, but I won't harp on that anymore. It looks like you're going 4-14 village up. Very nice. Very standard. Portuguese player. Looks like he's gathering in his hunts. That's a very good thing for him. I'm going to get rid of the time bar. I don't want everybody to see how long the game is going. Kind of ruins the immersion. Looks like you're getting up to the second age at 3 minutes 20. Fairly good time. Although I will say the Portuguese player is already halfway aged. He's getting his placer mines right now, and I'm guessing he's already gotten his hunting dogs. So it looks like the Portuguese player ForceMustang's build is a little bit cleaner. He's just getting his market upgrades sooner, and he's getting the age up in faster, which I think comes down to the fact that you know, you overgathered some coin and some wood, and that really comes into play, especially in higher level games. Okay, you're chopping wood here, chopping a lot of coin. I don't necessarily know. You have your placer mines. I'm guessing you have these two on wood for steel traps, possibly? That's a lot of villagers on coin for the transition. I'd like to see more of them on wood. But, I mean, that's nothing huge. Looks like you're going to pick up 40 XP here. Not bad at all. Your opponent's reached the colonial age. Where's he going to put his town center? Good town center placement. You know, he's got it on a coin mine in this really big hunt here, and he's taking it. You know, he's getting solid map control, which as a Portuguese player you do want to be doing. Gathering in your second hunt here, of course, that's very good. Haven't started on your third hunt yet, which you want to try to get all 3 hunts in, especially on this map, just where food is kind of scattered. Okay, looks like he aged up with the quartermaster. That's very standard. In fact, it's by far the best thing that you can do. He put down a stable. I'm guessing he has Hussar in queue. Yeah, and he's shipping 700 wood, and he's got a steel trap. So he's just farther along in his build than you at this point, which is nothing. It's not too bad, but the fact that you have just started gathering in your second hunt and Hussar are just about to pop out, it makes me worry, mainly because, you know, you have a lot of deer here that are not deer, but these Suro. They're kind of half-eaten. I like how you're walling in with your stable and your houses. That's good. And he's spotted this Ville, so you can expect the raiding to be coming. You are getting your steel traps now, plus your 4 CDB. You're playing very standard French. I mean, your build order is by no means bad. It's just a little slow. But that happens. You have you have 2 Villes gathering on berries. I don't know if that was a misclick, but you really don't want your Villes on berries until it's absolutely necessary. Okay. Looks like you keep gathering in this hunt. Okay. Some villagers walking out to get that hunt. Hopefully they don't shoot it away. And here in come the Hussar. Looks like he only got out 3. But he is putting up a barrack, so this might be a colonial. Yeah, I'm expecting something from colonial. Okay, so you did get the 4 Hussar pop. Nice job getting on his Hussar right away. That's very good. Okay, you're going to get 1 cav here. Oh, nope, you're not. You're going to let him get away. Okay. Okay. Okay, pretty nice job snaring these cav. That was maneuvered pretty well. You're sending 700 coin, which is, you know, it definitely tells me you're going for something like a semi-FF, which is for French is a very strong build. You still have Villes on berries here. I don't know why that kind of gets to me, but I'm sure it's just something of a misclick. So I can't really fault you for misclicks. They happen to the best of us. Got some idle Villes here. You really want to get if you're going for a fortress build, you really want to make sure that your villager control is spot on. But these are all fairly minor things right now. It's just the matter of timing. You haven't made a huge mistake in your build order. Although now he definitely has the cav advantage. Oh, excuse me. My voice went out there for a second. He definitely has the cav advantage. And I don't think... Let me turn on the Fog of War. Okay. You haven't scouted this barracks, which is worrisome. Have you scouted the second town center? Yeah, you did scout the second town center. Okay. Oh. Okay, so these hunts still aren't gathered in very well, which... I mean, you have been receiving a little bit of cav pressure, but nothing hugely substantial. And yeah, he's just going to run in here and... I mean, I guess you just stopped producing Hussar after the fourth one, which is fine. And it looks like you're just going to try to tough it out and get to the Fortress Age anyway. With with TC fire, and if you get a good Minutemen pop and you control your cav correctly, you could hold this, at least till you get out some Dragoons. Yeah, he's just he's not doing much with his cav. I don't like the way he's just kind of running around your base. I mean, he's keeping your bells filled up, which is good. But okay, you have over 1,000 coin. You have like 1,500 coin now. Even if you had to switch these vills to berries, even though it's not very good, I mean, it would provide you safe food. You don't need extra coin right now. So if you're going for the age up, you know, get the resources that you really need. But again, nothing game breaking at the moment. Certainly nothing terrible. Although this cav mass is getting kind of scary. I do want to point out that he's built this barracks and he hasn't done anything with it yet, which to me signals that the barracks was kind of worthless. I mean, I would have at least liked to see some muskets, because if he had like 5 muskets with this, I mean, he'd be able to harass your villagers really well. And he would have to force you to fight. Good Minutemen pop here. You're going to get some good damage on these Hussar, but he's doing an insanely good job keeping you belled up. And he's just going to take out your Hussar. Okay. Really focus your TC fire. Okay. Take out that low one. Nope. Okay. You're gathering wood for transition. Right now, wood is... I mean, it's good to have wood. Wood's always good. You're going to lose another vill there. That's not good. But wood's not really the resource you need right now. And yeah, right now you're looking in a pretty rough spot. He's belled up your vills so much that your Fortress Age its power is not nearly as big as one would like it to be when they hit the Fortress Age, simply because you've lost a few vills. And I think it's just because you still have a lot of exposed hunt out here, and you got a lot of dead hunt just kind of laying around, which when you're being pressured is something that's going to happen. For the Portuguese player, I do want to say that he has done... Oh, he's got a lot of idle vills here. But he's done a very good job taking map control. And I think that's really because he hasn't gotten a lot of pressure. You have the veteran Dragoons now. You're continuing to make vills. You have 21 vills to his 33. So, I mean, his advantage is really paying off, especially with the 3 TCs now coming up. And he's just gonna start out producing you. Not to mention, he just has so much map control. He has all of this hunt, and I mean, you have a decent amount of hunt left, but it'll run out eventually. I'm a little worried that you aren't producing any units. Okay, you're quadruple queuing vills, which you could take 2 of those off. You're just kind of wasting food if you just leave it in your town center and not being used. But yeah, no units being produced, no buildings coming down. Okay, so you're going to make some Dragoons finally, which is good. I'm a little worried that you haven't really scouted what he's making. You don't know that he's making Cassadors, I'm guessing. Nope. Well, no, you do. You do see these 5 Cassadors. Nice scout placement here, I will point out that. Did a nice job putting your scout in a good spot. But yeah, at this point, I think the Portuguese player is in a much better position, simply because you know, he's got the unit composition, right? He's got the Dragoons, he's got the Hussar, he's got the Cassadors, and all you have right now is a couple of Hussar and Dragoons. And even though you got to the Fortress Age faster, the advantage hasn't been that great. Shipping 1,000 coin. Are you doing something industrial here? You don't really have a deck that says industrial. Okay. Hold on. I want to look at your deck a minute. Okay, let's pause this. You have wilderness warfare, sustainable agriculture. You can get rid of that. You can get rid of team ranged infantry attack. You can get rid of... I don't know. I'd like to see... I'd like to... Okay, there's a couple things with your deck that I'd like to point out. And I hope I'm not sounding too critical. I just... you asked me what you can do better, and I just want to be honest with you. Take this out. Put in 7 skirms. You have the 5 falconets. You have the 3 cuirassiers. 7 skirms. Even 4 dragoons you could put in here. It's better than team ranged infantry attack. You have the 1,000 wood and the 1,000 gold, which isn't that bad. But yeah, you could definitely, if you're going something fortress-based, you're going to see the point of going fortress very quickly is to take advantage of those nice military shipments. And France does have some nice ones. Not as good as, say, you know, Germany or Spain, but they do have some nice shipments, and I'd like to see you taking better advantage of those. At this point, you're just kind of starved out, right? Your coin mines are way out here. You're just putting down a barracks. You're putting down 1,000 coin now, but I mean, he could push in right now, and yep, that's what's going to happen. He's going to push in, and this is going to be over. I mean, I don't know what you're gonna. Are you going to start making some skirms? Because that would be good. That would be very good indeed. Okay, looks like you're gonna get... Are you gonna engage here? Oh, no, he's... The Cassadors have spotted you. That's never good. Okay, you're making Cuirassiers. That's not a bad unit, especially since you saw that he has Cassadors. You don't really have anything to counter them at the moment, so... Cuirassiers are not bad at all, and Skirmishers. So you're getting out the composition, right? And I think, honestly, I think you know what to do. I think everything that you're doing is just a little bit delayed. I don't think your problem is game knowledge or a bad build order. I think it's just timing, and that's something that just comes with practice. Yeah, it looks like these Cassadors, and you just don't have anything to counter these Cassadors at the moment. I mean, you have these 2 Hussar, but they're not going to really keep these Cassadors at bay for long. Although you do have 4 Cuirassiers popping, but, okay, Portuguese player needs to get his Hussar in here. I mean, I know Hussar aren't good against skirmishers, or against dragoons, but, you know, they're still very good at tanking damage. And it would save you a lot of damage on these Cassadors. Out come the 4 Cuirassiers, and see, if those Hussar were there right away, they would have been able to just pounce right on those Cuirassiers and soak damage while the dragoons took them out. But because they weren't there, his Cassadors took a little bit of damage, but that doesn't really matter because he just had a much better composition and a much better army and a much better economy. So a short 14-minute game this week. Hi, or Timba, thank you very much for sending me in this recording. Honestly, I love getting these recordings, no matter what skill level they are, or what rank you are, or you know how good people say you are or aren't. We all start at some point, and we all get better through practice and through time. And so I'm certainly not going to criticize you too much because I myself am not a good player by any means. However, I can offer a couple things that you may want to consider incorporating into your play style, and I'm gonna label it down to 3 things, and then I'm gonna say a couple of things that the Portuguese player did, and then I will call it a week. But so the first thing is your herding. Herding is always one of the biggest things. It's one of the most important things to learn. Your first hunt was all the way over here, and it just wasted so much villager time. You know, I was kind of wondering why he got to the second age so much quicker than you did, but I realize now it's because your villagers were walking so far to get to those hunts, and you know his hunts were like right here, or somewhere around here, but they were pretty close. And then on that same topic, your second and third hunts were just weren't herded. I mean, they were semi-herded. I'm not going to give you no credit, but I would have liked to seen them all the way under your TC, just because, you know, it would have saved you so much time from these cavalry raids. It would have allowed you to get to fortress quicker because you wouldn't have had to have your vills belled up so much, and it just would have made your play a little bit cleaner. So that's the first thing. Second thing is just your scouting. And again, these are all very basic things that just take practice. Your scouting, you know, it was good. You did have a nice placement for your scout here, but I would have liked to seen you maybe use your explorer a little bit more to. I mean, I know he was kind of dead there for a little while, but just scout your opponent out a little bit better in the early game so you know what he's doing. Maybe if you scout this stable and you scout the barracks, you could adapt accordingly and maybe try to stay in colonial and fight it out there, although that would have been tough as well. And then the third thing is floating resources slash. I'm gonna put two things in here: floating resources slash correct deck. So the floating resources, there's not much to say. I know that when you're in the heat of a game, you kind of lose track of your resources, but you really want to make sure that you're not floating. Like, even at the end, you were floating 700 food. You were floating, like, it was 500 coin and 1,200 food there for a while. So just be putting them into units. You know, no matter what units they are, stuff is better than no stuff. I think that's a quote from Zuda, but it's very accurate. So just have stuff. And then the last thing, take out team ranged infantry, take out sustainable agriculture, take out wilderness warfare, and put in like 7 skirm. And what else could you put in? 7 skirm. Oh, I can't believe I'm maybe 4 dragoon. 4 dragoon wouldn't be bad. So that is it, Timba, or Hi, as whatever you like to call yourself. Thank you very much once again for sending me in your recording, and thank you all for tuning in and watching this. If there's anything that I can improve upon in this series, please do not hesitate to tell me. I tried to be a little more analytical in this game, so I hope that was something you enjoyed. But if it's something you did enjoy, feel free to criticize it. It's how we all improve. So that is going to wrap it up for me. Tune in next week, guys, because next week recording is going to be especially interesting, because I'm going to be doing 2 games. That's right, I'm going to be doing 2 recordings in one video, and both of them are going to be from Kaiser Klein versus Diaraga, 2 very high-level players. So be tuned in for that and get hyped up for that series. 2 games next week, just because you guys are that special. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Tune in next Wednesday, and this has been Dror, signing out.